And we are joined by our council president, who is also the co-chair, Mallory Rosado, Councilwoman Shirley Surgeon, Councilman John Gale, and our corporation counsel, Howard Rifkin. And just want to, for the record, mention that all three council persons, including myself, are voting members for the committee. And I believe we also are joined by our Public Works Director, Mike Looney. At least I thought that I saw him on.
You did. He was on.
He was on. Oh, well, we need him to come back on. Because this item pertains to his department. Director Looney, is that you?
Yes, that's me. My WebEx just crashed my my tablet.
Okay.
So
No problem.
I'm having to call in.
That's okay. We were just getting ready to get to you. So we're going to get started on tonight's agenda. Agenda item number 1 is Mayor Bronin with accompanying resolution to allow the city to enter into an agreement with the Mattress Recycling Council, Connecticut LLC, MRC, which was item number 4 on October 26th agenda. And we do have Director Michael Looney, who is the Director of the Department of Public Works, that is here to present to us.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening, council members. Again, for the record, Michael Looney, Director of Public Works for the City of Hartford. Tonight we have before you a resolution requesting the authority to enter into a 3-year agreement with the Mattress Recycling Council. The MRC is our conduit for disposing of mattresses that we pick up around the city as part of our bulky waste operations and bring back to our transfer station on 180 Liebert Road. What the MRC does is they take our mattresses and then they reimburse us. They give us $2.01 per mattress that we collect, and if somebody comes in and drops one off from outside of Hartford, since we're a designated mattress disposal site, we get reimbursed at the rate of $1.29 per mattress. Just to give you a sense of how many mattresses we deal with and the extent of the importance of having this service in place. The first quarter of fiscal year 2001, we've already collected or received almost 4,500 mattresses in just 3 months. So that that projects out to a revenue stream of about $35,000 annually to the city as part of this program. So we've been working with MRC since 2015, when the state legislation was first passed, creating the mattress recycling program in Connecticut. We've been pleased with their service, and obviously really like getting that money for the mattresses that we collect, so that we have another revenue stream. So that's pretty much what we're looking to do, is enter into that agreement. Again, it would be for 3 years with, I believe, 2 one-year options to extend. So for a total of, I believe, 5 years in the whole. So if I'm happy to answer any questions or respond to any comments at this point.
Thank you, Director Looney, for your presentation. Open up the floor to any councilperson, who has a question, and it looks like Councilman Sanchez has a question.
Can't hear you, James.
Councilman, you're not on mute. Try it again. No, I still can't hear you. You want to dial in? Dial in. Councilman Gale?
Yeah, while Councilman Sanchez is doing that, I'm happy to fill the dead air with a question or two, if I may. Mr. Looney, what are we the new contract here is going to get us $2.01. Is that what we're currently getting on this contract?
Yes, sir. That's what we're currently getting. The $2.01 on the ones we pick, the mattresses we pick up, and the $1.29 for ones that are dropped off from outside of Hartford.
So there's no change in the reimbursement rate on this?
No, not at this time.
And am I correct that this is all pursuant to a state statute that requires some degree of recycling by the mattress industry?
Yes, that's correct, Councilman. Back in 2015, that legislation was put in place. I believe it's in Section 22A- I'm blanking on the exact citation. But essentially what the Mattress Council does is it's funded, its operations are funded through a $9 surcharge that is put on the purchase of any new mattress. They then receive those funds and conduct their operations of going around and picking up the mattresses and ultimately recycling them. I do believe beginning January 1st that the fee that's being charged is, I think, slated to go up to $11 and either 25 cents or $11.75. I'm not 100% sure of which it is offhand.
And do I take it that they presumably file reports with the legislature from time to time that indicates how successful or unsuccessful this program is?
I believe they do.
You don't have to have those reports, do you?
No, but I do know that they are available online on their website.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Surgeon?
Councilman Sanchez is back if he wants to go. Is he still
He
having?
still has audio issues.
Okay. Through you, Mr. Chair. Could you tell me what's the cost of bulky waste pickup? It cost the city per year in your budget?
I don't have the exact number offhand, but I do, in terms of the tipping fee, it is quite expensive.
I didn't hear.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
A little bit, yes.
Okay. All right. Yes. I don't have the number in front of me right now, but it is significant into the over the $1 million mark.
Okay, so this income that you get for the mattress goes towards trying to decrease that amount?
Well, I believe that this goes into the general.
You hear me?
Hello?
Director Looney, if we understood you correctly, you said you believe the money goes directly into the general fund?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Councilman Sanchez?
Do you hear me now? Okay, I'll try to make it quick. I apologize if the question's been asked and I didn't hear. So my understanding 3 years ago is that there were surcharges applied at the furniture stores that sells mattresses. Are you aware of any of a surcharge?
Yes, Councilman. It's currently $9 per mattress assigned to every purchase of a mattress.
Director Luna, it seems like that I'm not sure if you're far away from your device, but I think you said you are aware of it.
Yes, it's $9 per mattress for the attached to the sale of every mattress in the state of Connecticut.
I think he just repeated that it was $9 per mattress.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct.
And Councilman Sanchez, he did say earlier that it's going up to $11 and some change per mattress as of January 1.
And that is a Connecticut state law. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
When is that going to go into an effect?
I believe it's January 1st of 2021.
Not only city, but also through your company.
Councilman Sanchez is on the other line. He said, his question is, how can we recoup the funds from the other cities?
I'm sorry, I don't understand. Recoup the funds from the other.
So so I'll tell you, TJ, you want to take me off speaker.
Okay. Okay, so if I actually understood Councilman Sanchez's question correctly, given the fact that the state is provided a surcharge of $9 currently, and then will increase it to $11 for that, how is it that Hartford can, if I understood you correctly, Councilman, get more of the money that's being charged by the state, since people are coming here to Hartford to dump their mattresses, and in addition to, if they are actually dumping them on the side of the street instead of going to the transfer station. As far as manpower, how can we receive more money than what the state is going to be providing us, far as the $2 and the $1?
I don't know what mechanism we'd be able to recoup that. Under the terms of the agreement with the Mattress Recycling Council, the only way we can adjust the fee that we get paid for each mattress is if there is some sort of change in the cost of using equipment based upon FEMA annual rates. The numbers that FEMA comes up with for hourly rate to run a particular type of truck. I looked into that and I didn't see any changes that look like by them to try to make an argument for getting above the $2.01. Yeah, I don't really know of any other mechanism where we could try to get more money from the state for what we're getting reimbursed in mattresses.
Okay, thank you. So is that so far as the $2.01 and then the dollar and change, is that something that where does the city of Hartford rate with that reimbursement compared to other municipalities in the state?
Well, I've been looking around other municipalities. I don't have any other information on what the rates are in other communities, but I was interested in that and have been looking around, but unfortunately I haven't come up with any additional information as of yet.
Okay. And this agreement is for. Did you hear me?
I'm sorry, Councilman, I didn't hear what you said.
The length of the terms of the contract is for how many years?
The terms of the contract are a base term of 3 years through December 31st, 2024, and then it automatically extends for 2 additional terms unless either we or the Mattress Recycling Council basically provides written notice to the other that we're going to terminate for whatever reason that may be.
How much advance notice do we need to provide the Mattress Council prior to termination, if that's our choosing?
I believe it's 90 days prior to the end of the term, so 3 months before December 31st, 2024. And there are other clauses where we could terminate for various reasons. Just looking at it here, termination for convenience. Any party may terminate at any time by giving 30 days prior written notice.
Okay, thank you for the information. Is there any other questions from my colleagues?
Sure. I've got a question. So is this a contract that's bid out to the companies that want to pick up the mattresses from Hartford?
No, the Mattress Recycling Council set up.
TJ, I'm barely hearing him. Could you repeat what he's saying?
Could you speak closer
Yeah.
to your device?
The Mattress Recycling Council was the organization that was essentially set up by the state law. So it isn't, I don't believe there are other companies that would be involved with this.
So there could be other companies out there who's doing this.
No, I don't believe so. Not as part of this program.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions from my colleagues? Councilman Gale?
I don't have another question. I want to make a little comment and then a motion to send it back favorably. I'm very happy that we have this mattress recycling program. This was, I think, very much an advancement as we're, dealing with our solid waste and trying to get to zero waste. It's these types of programs that help us all recognize the inherent value in products that get into the commerce stream and the necessity for us to deal with the waste that we create by doing something with it. So, this is very good. Like the bottle recycling program and other things that I hope come. One of the things that I've looked at in the past, and I would want to continue to look at, I've spoken to Representative Concepcion and maybe 1 or 2 others about, is taking this program and making it more of a bottle bill type program where the deposit is returned to the consumer. So you, the consumer, can take your mattress down to the mattress recycling plant and you can get a deposit back. I think the deposit would have to be more like $25 to make it something that's worth somebody's while. But I also think it would have the tremendous advantage of not having mattresses laying by the side of the road anywhere. Because if they were $25 a pop, you can bet people would be picking them up and dragging them down to the transfer station. So that's kind of forward looking. I don't know that anybody's going to do that tomorrow, but I do think that's an idea that's worth looking into as we continue to try to deal with our solid waste. In the meantime, I think this is certainly a step in the right direction, and so I make a motion to send it back to council with a favorable recommendation.
I second the motion.
It's been motioned by Councilman Gale and seconded by Council President Rosado to send this item back to council with a favorable recommendation. Any other discussion from my colleagues? Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposals? Any abstentions? Seeing none, the ayes have it. And this item will be passed to the next city council meeting for discussion.
Thank you, council members.
Thank you.
Thank you, Director Looney. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Item number 2 on our agenda, which is Mayor Bronin with a company resolution that will allow the Hartford Public Schools to establish a non-lapsing fund of up to 2% of their budgeted appropriation as permitted under the Connecticut General Statutes, Section 10-240A, which is item number 1 on November 9th's agenda. This item, yes, Councilman.
Oh, no, go finish, Mr. Chair. I'm sorry.
No, I think you're reading my mind. This item actually is intended, per our council actions, to be a joint committee meeting between the OMBGA and the Labor and Education Committee. Councilman Gill?
Yes, we are thinking alike. That was my thought, and I know that Councilman LeBron is very interested in this matter, and he unfortunately can't be with us this evening, and so I'm not sure if the proper thing to do is to move to postpone this or move to send this over to the joint committee, but either or, I so move.
I would, well, since this is already per our council actions, has been referred to a joint committee meeting, I think the proper way will just be a postponement.
And I move to postpone this matter this time.
Motion has been made to postpone. Is there a second?
Second. So postponing it, it's still on our agenda. So I'm gonna defer to Howard. Howard, should we send it back? Or postponing it? Are we postponing it in this committee? Because it's on the agenda for MBGA, or should we make a motion to refer it to a joint between education?
Yeah, I think that since it was already referred at the last council meeting to, is my time up? Since it was already referred at the last council meeting to a joint meeting, I think, in fact, the item is not properly before the committee.
Correct.
And so I think just the notation in the minutes of the meeting that it will be considered at a to be called joint committee meeting.
Thank you. Okay.
So that was my motion, whatever Howard said.
It's just, I don't think you need to put it in the form of a motion. It's just an acknowledgement that it shouldn't have been on the agenda for OMBGA, but rather will be on the agenda of a joint meeting between OMBGA and education.
Okay.
So as it was stated by our corporation counsel, this matter, as originally intended on our last actions from our last council meeting, will be taken up at a combined committee meeting to be announced very soon of the OMBGA committee and the Labor Education Committee. And that will be duly noted in our committee report records. Any other business to discuss?
I withdraw my motion.
Noted. Councilman Gill's motion has been withdrawn, and that will include Council President's second. And so since there is no other business to discuss of this committee is now adjourned. Have a good evening. Thank you all for attending and watching us virtually, and pray that you all have a great night. Take care. And don't forget that we have a public hearing at 7 o'clock tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Minority Leader. See you later.